today about how to find your dream partner. I know the topic is pretty much cliche, and some people would say, yeah, you don't have to look for it, it will happen itself. Well, for some people it doesn't happen itself. I saw it many times in my life as well. And I would like to share my experience, or to summarize everything I have, in 3 simple advices how to make it fast, effective, and a long term, which is important probably. Or not that it doesn't matter, but you know, that it actually happens, that you can say I have a relationship, and not just because I'm expected to have it, but because you're happy to be there. That's very important. So the first item we're gonna talk about is that nobody is perfect. I know it sounds very much old-fashioned, conservative saying. However, this is true. The world is not perfect either, and the younger we are, the less we see that imperfection, because we have no expectations. However, when we grow up a bit, we start to notice, well, that could be different, I don't feel good about it, and you get more and more experience, and you get more and more expectations. And then you kind of see if the world is perfect for you or not. However, imagine the world is always like an all-inclusive hotel in Turkey. You know, it's all-inclusive, full package, good things and bad things. Of course, we expect only good things to be inclusive in a hotel. However, if you go there, you can see, well, when food is all-inclusive, you eat everything. You eat as much as people barely eat in normal life. Or alcohol, if it's included, some people start to drink it like they were in the bar for all their life. But in reality, they don't do it. So nobody is perfect. And it means that wherever you meet your person or your partner, you will get the full package. It's like with a bicycle. You cannot get only one wheel. Well, you can, but what shall you do with it? You will get the full bicycle with good things and bad things. And trust me, if some people have something very good, it always comes with a full package. There is always pros and cons. If he is super celebrity, full of attention, well, you will have to deal with his groupies or fan base for sure. If he is, too conservative, reading poetry on Friday nights, and you dream about mad biker bringing you across the city every Friday night, watching the stars, that's probably also a different thing. So nobody is perfect, neither is you. Second advice is you should fish where the fish exists. You should think who you are and what fish you want to get. Because, for example, you can't get a huge fish in a small lake. It's simply impossible. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because fish of that size does not live there. Let's say size, right? But it also can be different type of fish. Maybe you in love with a sea fish and you try to catch it somewhere in the Amsterdam Canal. This would be quite difficult, I guess. So you need to understand what kind of fish you're looking for. I will give you a few examples. For example, if every Friday evening you go to the library to read Shakespeare or poetry, and then someday you think, oh my gosh, I'm so ready to share this happiness with somebody, to make somebody so happy with my inner world. Well, here we have 2 things. First, you know that you like Friday night in the library. That's actually an important moment, but you never notice it because it's you, and we barely notice ourselves from inside. And then you think, wow, I'm ready to share love. Perfect. And then what you do? You go to a music festival or a nightclub, a crazy party or a bar. You meet person, things happen, but then it doesn't really go as a relationship, or there is no this integration of you as personalities into a single relationship. I think that happens because the person you met on Friday night in a nightclub usually spend those nights in the nightclubs instead of going to library with you. You know what I mean? This is a tricky thing. You should understand where to catch the fish you're looking for. Or I give you another example. If you're a guy and you're super sportive and you do these workouts and you all these diets and things, and you dream about super sportive girl, and then you met her during a barbecue party in the neighborhood, which is absolutely okay. But then don't get surprised that she actually prefers barbecue over going with you to the gym or do with you marathons. These things you have to kind of take into account. And that's what I tell a lot of people who I discuss this topic with. You should understand that you need to catch right people in the right places. It's hard to catch them randomly. Randomly you catch random results. That's very simple. Advice number 3. There are 3 links in integration or matching between people. Well, there are more. Now we talk about match between your personalities and between your souls. Of course, there can be other more material things, but let's focus on personality. We talk about perfect match, perfect partner. So what is perfect match? For different people, you would say it's different, and it's true. However, there are 3 main categories which I believe we can decompose almost any match. These categories are the following ones. First, it's your intellect, your intelligence. Well, it sounds as a cliche, but for example, if one person has, I don't know, 2 PhD and another person barely finished high school, things can happen between them. I mean feelings, right? Because feelings are not logical. But in the long term, it will be a, I don't want to say disaster, let's call it a big challenge. Because the people also have to grow the same way. It's like 2 trees. If they grow different ways, it's just a matter of time till they don't see each other anymore, you know? So intelligence matters. It's good if you have more or less match. Then it's easier for you to talk, to discuss, and this is the basic of every relationship. Second, I would say, is humor. People always say, well, you may argue if humor is a particular case of intelligence, it's connected, but it's not always the case. I met people who were super funny and unbelievable. Everybody was smiling around, they had very basic educations. Sometimes it's connected, your type of humor is different, but the idea is that your humor matches with that person's humor. Because then you can make each other smile when you're sad, you can watch the same funny movies, you don't have to explain each other jokes, and this is important as a release of emotions with a relationship as well, that you have the same feeling of humor. It helps a lot. And the last but not least is physical connection. This one kind of is easier because it exists or not. It's hard to adjust it too much and you will discover it very fast, I promise you. Because not everybody compatible with everybody, you know. But this is the reality. Physical match also exists. And of course, it means not like if you met a person you have matched across 3 links, intelligence, humor and physics, well, you're lucky, I would say. It's difficult to find, and it might be only 2 match or 1 match, but every time there is less match than these things, imagine it's like that, you know, the car you use to move heavy stones with the 3 wheels. When you don't have 1 wheel, it's still possible, but you need some balancing. When you don't have 2 wheels and there is only 1 wheel working, you need to use all your muscles to move it forward, that relationship. And when there are no wheels, it's a disaster. You're gonna just pull it with those stones and you will move almost nowhere. So, 3 simple things. Nobody is perfect, neither is the world. Catch the fish where it exists, or where it lives actually, not just randomly somewhere. And remember about 3 match rule: intelligence, humor and physics. I hope this advice will help you. Please share your ideas in the comments to this video. Subscribe, click on bell, and if there is something you worry about or you would like to know my opinion about, we can also discuss during our next episodes. See you next time.